Hey guys, and welcome back to the Arkham Reporter channel. Just another quick upload I'd like to do. I know I usually make the more extensive formal videos, but I feel like one of the things that was really lagging in my previous channel's existence is a more frequent uploading. So while I will put a lot of effort into making those extensive, well-researched, long videos, I also feel like it will be very good for just all of us if I just uploaded a little bit more, made a little bit more content, breathe some life into the channel, not let it stagnate. So I figured I'd do a reaction to a video that is coming out, a film basically. It's already out in some parts of the world and it will be released I think on 23rd in Europe, or at least in the UK. And it is for Freeze. Now maybe you've not heard of this film. It's not coming from a big studio, it's not coming from a big production, things like this, but it is kind of making some waves in the Lovecraft fandom. At least that's how I found out by it. Now, before we get into it, I just want to say thanks for sticking around with this channel during the quiet times, and also I will do my efforts to bump up a little bit more frequency. Anyway, what is Freeze? Well, I won't spoil anything, let's just get into the trailer for it. Let's go.
We are in the middle of a half-frozen polar ocean, Gideon, further north than any ship that safely returned has ever sailed.
The cold does things to a man's mind, gives him strange inclinations.
This place, it doesn't care about you. It only knows that we are warm flesh and blood, and how to freeze the very life from us.
The Arctic has no mercy.
Now, okay, I'll do some interruptions here because I think if I let too much of the trailer play, there can be like some copyright bullshit or something like that, so I'll try to avoid that. But the thought that comes to my mind immediately is the trope from Lovecraftian horror of places where men should not be. Men should not go lurking around in areas like this, the Arctic regions. Many died there. It's a very hostile environment, and many of Lovecraft's stories feature similar places, hostile environments, where humans should not go sticking their noses into. Be it a seaport like Innsmouth, be it like literally the polar vortexes at the Mountains of Madness, unearthing tombs in Arabia, in the Nameless City, things like this. Humans should not go there, right? Because nothing good comes out of it. This film is already setting that up. And also, I remember this conversation I had with my friend over at In These Goings Down, great YouTube channel. You should go subscribe to him. Link down below. Where we discussed about the cold actually having a malignant energy to it almost. It can be a palpable sort of force of, not evil from our perspective, but obviously it's just a low temperature. It doesn't have a mind, like, I'm gonna freeze the humans. No, it's not like that. But nonetheless, this concept is clearly something that the film tackles. And just the fact that this is a low budget kind of film is good to see.
We have a month, at best, before starvation takes hold of all of us.
It looks like we weren't the first to find this place.
There's something in the cargo, Captain! Some beast! Some creature!
Years I've waited for you to find me. Years I've suffered in this freezing darkness. These mountains can be cruel.
Nobody's thinking rationally anymore.
Don't you understand? They find these creatures, then all is lost. Why help them, damn you!
They lost themselves in these mountains of madness.
Mountains of Madness. So it's clear here that these guys know Lovecraft. They're very much aware of him, and the fact that they even use those words, Mountains of Madness. It's an Easter egg, right? It's fan service. They know their audience, and that's a very good sign. Whenever it comes to any production of anything, that they know what their audience are looking for. And look at the creatures that we have here. They kind of show them off, basically. They're not secretly hiding them or anything like that. We see these bizarre creatures. Let's see if we can find one here. Somewhere along here. There we see some creatures that are basically, from my eyes, That's a deep one, bro. Come on, let's be honest with ourselves. I'm not saying like, haha, you failed at creating an original creature. I'm saying that's a good thing, man. I like deep ones. Deep ones are cool, interesting creatures. And The Shadow of Innsmouth is my favorite story. So, yeah, they have deep ones here, basically. And they mentioned At the Mountains of Madness. So, it's a fusion of The Shadow of Innsmouth creatures set in At the Mountains of Madness. And by me, that's damn alright. Alright, huh? And we see these are practical effects. It's a guy in a rubber suit. Let's be honest with ourselves. Right? Yeah. Anyway, let's get on with it. And I'll talk a little bit later a bit more.
It's the unrelenting Arctic!
That's pretty alright there by me, huh? So, let's, yeah, I mean, the trailer looks great from my point of view. It feels like a pulp story, you know? What I mean by that is just, it's not pretentious, it's not having this any pretense about it. It's like these explorers, well, I mean, let's look at their costume. It's like Napoleonic era. When was that? 1800 to 1814, I think. I'm guessing, just by the uniforms, that these are like British explorers or something like this, or they got stuck in that Arctic, or maybe it's not even Arctic regions, we don't know where. And then they come across this horrible force of deep ones. Who, actually, I guess the trailer is a little bit bad in that they reveal too much. I mean, we see that these deep ones in like crystal clarity, basically. It's better to hide your creatures somewhat. I don't mind creatures being on display later on in a film, but in the trailer, if you have this massive reveal, maybe not do that. Anyway, I think it looks great. And what I say it again, by it's like a pulp movie, in that it's not pretending to be, oh, look how deep we are, oh, we're discovering the human psyche. No, fuck it. It's like you got these guys on a boat, there's deep ones there, there's a horrific environment to be in, you don't want to be there, and it's just great. It's great like that, I think. I don't think it needs to be overthought. It's clearly having some throwbacks to Lovecraft. They know about Lovecraft, they made creatures, which I think the design looks good, man. Yeah, it's guys in suits, alright, but hey, in my book, that's fine. I don't mind that. I was born 87, so I grew up with stuff like NES, 80, low-budget 80s horror films. So, a little bit rough visuals is it's not, it's not going to be any bother to me, really. And the creatures just they're pretty cool, man. Let's be honest. Look at that. Look at that ugly bastard there. Hello. Actually, that could be the screenshot. So, yeah, I think it looks great. And the film is going to be coming out, I believe. It should already be out here. I saw in the comment section. It says here that it will release on January the 23rd in the UK. So it was supposed to be out already, I believe, when I first discovered the existence of this film. But you can see this comment is from 2 months ago, so therefore January 23rd would be this year. And then the further comment says it's out already December 13 on Amazon.com. So for American bros, or those of you who have a VPN, you can get that one. Yeah, I mean, it just looks really cool. Let's go through some of the comments here that I saw. All of these comments were praising it, really, good thumbs up ratio there to views. I think it's very good. 58k views is good. A lot of thumbs up. Yeah, all the comments are very positive, and I have to say, I agree. I think it looks great. A little bit about the production company, where it's coming from, just so you have a concept of what are you getting into here. This is coming from a production company called, Dark Temple Motion Pictures. They produce a lot of films in the sort of low-budget horror thing. genre, you know, with sort of like these actors. Do you know any of them? No, I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. I'm just saying, you know, they don't have a lot of money to burn, so they're not going to be hiring Tom Cruise like Guillermo del Toro wants to for At the Mountains of Madness. Now, if you look at this name here that keeps popping up, Charlie Steeds. Now, if we go over to his page, he is a guy that is producing a lot of horror. Now, in all cases for these films, so you got like Freeze, The Haunting of the Tower of London, Werewolf Castle, A Werewolf in England, Vampire Virus, An English Haunting, The House of Violent Desires, Escape from Cannibal Farm. In all these films, he's like the producer, he's the director, he's the writer. You know, a lot of overlap. So this guy is very hands-on with his films. He knows the genre, and all of these films I've only managed to get hold of. I think it was Werewolf Castle, and yeah, it's guys in suits. It's not an over elaborate plot, but it's just good fun action, and it's a good fun film. That's it. You know, so yeah, the ratings aren't the best, but I mean, who cares what the plebs think, right? It's a good fun. It's for what it is. It's a good fun film, and these people seem to be know the Lovecraft at least enough to create a good creature design, and to know the lore enough that they would even know what the Mountains of Madness are. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's my thoughts about the trailer. I haven't seen the film yet, but I'll do my best to get a copy of it. If it releases over here, I'm in Zurich, Switzerland, so yeah, maybe I need to just go get it on Amazon using a VPN or something, and then enjoy it. Anyway, guys, what did you guys think? Have you seen the film already? Let me know in the comments. Are you looking forward to this? What do you think? All the good stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video, whenever that's going to be. Pretty soon, I hope. And yeah, see you in the comment section. Cheers.
And oh, you'll find more bliss.